All right, I woke up this morning. Actually, I wake up during the night sometimes as well. In the middle of the night, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. What an interrupted sleep it used to be. Actually, it used to be that I think I was like connected. What's this Bolt guy who runs, who does this, you know, he connects to the ethers and gets his speed. He can run really fast. Well, I can run really fast in the middle of the night. I wake up, I have thoughts, I have ideas, and this really hit me. This really hit me last night. I woke up and I gotta talk about this on a video. Now, all of those people who listen to me, I'm to the praying sign, I'm a painter. I am a painter. I make paintings. I'm a painter who has discovered a way of painting that is so completely new, it has changed the way painting will look. They'll see it maybe in 50 years, 100 years, 20 years, 10 years. I don't know. Eventually people will get it. What I'm doing is an insight. I have understood something that has come to me over 40 years of working with this material. Anyway, that's not the point. I felt this morning I was compelled to do this video, and this is the third attempt. And here it goes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you two people talking about Fukushima. And I am an artist, and I understand what it means. I appreciate when I go and see a tiepolo. I was standing at the Met, looking at, when you go up the stairs in the Met, the Metropolitan Museum, you go up the big steps, you don't go left, you don't go right, you go up the steps, and when you go into the first room, I recommend people go into the first room, and on the left side, as you go in the first room, up the steps, don't deviate, you're gonna see a Tiepolo arm, a hand. He painted a hand. And this hand looks like, it's a little bit greeny, gray looking. I think the colors have changed a little. But this hand, it's like something that could choke you. And if you don't feel like you could be choked by this hand, it's a detail when you go up to this painting. You're going to be overcome by the quality that is transmitted through this hand, this feeling of this limp kind of hand that Tiepolo painted, a Tiepolo painting. I love this painting. Anyway, what I'm going to tell you now is my YouTubes are not about information. I don't give a fuck about information. You people who listen to me, I'm not going to give you anything about the details of the planet, how the becquerels and the sieverts, the microsieverts, the details about the whatever details you're into. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in feeling that which I represent. I am factually that at my best, that what I represent. In other words, when I make a painting, it is me. It's not me standing there going, you know, designing something or making some fabulous sort of thing that looks really cool. You know, all these designers coming out, and they're called artists now. They're just designers. They put things together in a design format, or they shop it out to some other industry to make their art for them. My point is, this is my third attempt. I hope it works this time because it's taking time. I want to do some paintings, but it's taking time. So anyway, my thought today is that I am feeling something that is out fucking bloody rageous. Now I'm going to play you a clip. This is a clip. Now listen to this person talk. And a lot of people are looking at this or listening to this person and they're saying, oh, this is a really nice person. I really like this person. Now listen to this person talk. And this is the first clip, and I'm going to play a second clip afterwards. Listen to this.
Yes, well, I have to say that although it is bad for you, it's not the kind of Armageddon. The dilution of this material into the Pacific is not the Armageddon that some people have been saying.
Fukushima radiation.
As far as
That's good news.
So as far as the concentration of this stuff
Good news.
is concerned, in terms of the Pacific coast of America, there will certainly be increases there, and the fish will become more radioactive than they were before, and so on. But the levels of radioactivity in the fish are not going to be so enormously high that they would constitute a sort of totally disastrous scenario. What is far more, and this is because the Pacific it contains about 300 million cubic kilometers of water.
Scientists!
Now, I know it's not going to all dilute into the water, uniformly, and so there are going to be concentrations in the various currents that flow north across to the United States, and then the surface drift that takes the stuff across the United States by the water. But by the time it gets to the coast, it will be very much diluted, and it will certainly contaminate the coast, and the coast will have an effect on the people living there. But they're not all going to suddenly drop dead. What is much more serious is what they're now doing. Because what has happened is, as a result of the vast amounts of water that they've pumped into these things...
Okay, now, yeah, oh, whoa, what's more serious? Okay, what you just heard is a guy called Chris Busby interviewed on this hack called Alex Jones. I used to listen to this guy like 3-4 years ago, even more recently. I keep track of some of the things, but these people are subversive. This is a pathetic, disgusting piece of humanity saying that the radiation going into the Pacific is no big deal, because you know what? There's like 300 quadrillion liters of billion out to the universe, end of the universe kind of water. Whoever believed this is actually a reasonable person because they have a PhD or something behind their name, or they have some sort of reasonable sounding thing, they talk like this, they have, actually the guy has a little goatee thing like me, it's like, he might even be kind of like an artist. It's like, who was it? It was Delacroix. Delacroix had this lovely little thing, and this is in honor of Delacroix, because Delacroix is one of my favorite artists. I keep saying favorite, I love Goya, I love Delacroix. Delacroix is another version of Goya with tea and scones. Delacroix is Goya with tea and scones. Anyway, I love the little thing. So Busby, you know what? I wanted to throw the fucking computer on the wall when I heard this guy say, there's a lot of water in the Pacific. The Pacific is destroyed. It's over. It's finished, people. This dissemination for 2.5 years, 900 days of radiation into the Pacific, it has destroyed this humongous body of water, and of course it's all connected. It all goes together. It all filters into itself. Everything is connected on this planet. The water is going to go everywhere, in the Atlantic, in the Mediterranean, in the Indian Ocean, in the whatever ocean you want to have. It's all going to filter in everywhere. And I have said this, and I was like skipping along 2.5, 3 years ago. Well, I wouldn't say skipping, but I was not as clued in and understanding the severity of this, which I call this an extinction level event. And I've explained extinction. Go into my videos, you will see what I'm talking about. And then you have a person like this Busby guy who is accepted in the alternate media, Alex Jones, brings him on to explain to us, it's not as bad as I thought. How destructive is this to getting people aware? Anybody that listens to this Alex Jones, let's say there was nobody clued into this, and they come across this Alex Jones interview with this shit, this hack, this piece of shit garbage on the planet saying that it's no big deal, the Pacific is destroyed, the Pacific is finished, Japan is finished. I feel this. I'm an artist. I wake up in the middle of the night, I have these things that come to me, I go to the studio, I make a painting. I'm painting now. I'm painting the post-ignorance guy, Kevin Blanche. I am a free radical. I am the free radical delivering post-ignorance because I've understood, because Blanche has nailed this thing from the get-go, and I was fortunate enough to see him in April of 2012. I was a little behind the curve. I knew I made videos. I made a video beginning of April of 2011, my piss off. I knew this was really bad, but until I met Blanche, anyway. I hope this video works. I'm getting tired. I want to, anyway. This Busby guy, I mean, I really don't like what is happening around me on so many different levels. The ignorance, as Blanche has pointed out, this is ubiquitous around us. But when you have someone in the alternative media coming out and saying, you know, it's no big deal. It's like, oh yeah, it's very serious, but it's no big deal. Oh yeah, it's very serious, but it's no big deal. Well, which is it? Which is it? There is your sign. There is your sign. This is the ultimate shill. Someone who is a front person, like Alex Jones, a front person. Alex Jones is a front person to keep us in our seats, in our recliners, watching reality TV. And Alex Jones is one of the whole range of people that are being pushed out to pretend to us that they really care. This is a word I always bring up, that they really care. Caring is the essence. This will separate people. And when Busby says the fact that the Pacific Ocean has so much water, it doesn't matter. Listen to Caldecott. She says dilution is not the solution. And he comes out as a supposed expert scientist who says it's not a big deal. Anyway, I'm going to play now the alternative to Busby. This is what I want you to hear because this is important. Listen to this.
The marine biologists and the marine ecologists, they make huge money. I've come to the conclusion, they don't do anything. It's like everybody says, oh, the nuclear is just trying to kill us. They're doing this for money. You're in the nuclear business. You are a nuclear physicist. You work for one of that government, that DOE, which pays billions and billions out to people who do nothing. They don't work. They do not work. They do nothing. Absolutely nothing. What if the marine biologists all over this country who are federally taxpayer and they make huge money all up and down California area, they're in local towns. They don't do anything. It's like this. Well, I'm a marine biologist. Yeah, I've never been in the ocean. Oh, what's a dolphin? That's what we've morphed into. The marine ecologists, they're scum. They don't work. They don't do anything. They do zero. It's wealth without working. And they make a lot of money. That's what this is all about. They don't want to report and tell the freaking truth because, God forbid, their pyramid, their glass house is going to come tumbling down. They're exposed to their spouse, they're exposed to their kids, they're exposed to their grandkids. Their life is a total fucking fraud. What if you go about hairspray as a foul? Do not let these fucking journalists off the hook. Oh, we were misled. The fuck they were misled. They were not misled. They are the problem. I turned it black and yellow journalism.
You've heard Blanche. This is Kevin Blanche going on about this, and I want to talk briefly. Whatever your analysis, understanding, meaning, understanding is, I'm going to talk about what I feel, what I understand, what I know is important to me, and what I experience on a day-to-day level that is important to me. And what is important to me is not the information. I don't give a shit about the information. I care about the person that delivers. The person that delivers the information is the message. Now in Canada we had a brilliant mind called Marshall McLuhan who wrote that the medium is the message, and the definitive author on Marshall McLuhan is a friend of mine called Philip Marchand, who wrote a book, a biography. He studied with Marshall McLuhan. I talk to Philip Marchand. I understand the significance of this, the depth of this. This is the medium, is the message, as you see me. Ackerman. It's difficult to comprehend. I am factually that, what I represent to you. The medium is the message. A painting is the closest I can come to this feeling, which is why I paint. Because I want to extend myself into the work. When I paint, I extend this being called Ackerman into the painting. The medium, me is the message. Now the closest I get to that in terms of extrapolating it onto a wall, onto your wall. You live with it, you see it, you understand it. It's called a painting. When you look at a Van Gogh, you're not looking at a painting, you're looking at the person himself, if they're honest with the way they transmit this feeling. This is about transmitting something that goes way, way beyond the information. I'm not about information in terms of, oh, blah, 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 a becquerel here and a millisievert there and a bomb blowing up there and this there. No, I am about physically representing my feeling, myself, onto what is called a canvas. Some people may say it has limitations, and I agree, because the ultimate representation is ourselves. Now, listen to this, people. This is the subtlety that you need to understand. When you get to a Busby, who takes information and he formulates things in his mind, and he has all the answers, and he has the math, he has the physics, he has the whatever, he has the information, and he tells you through his information, it's not a big deal. Yeah, it's like the ocean is being destroyed, but you know what? We'll survive. I wanted to throw everything out the window. I wanted to trash. You cannot believe. This is so hurtful. This is so destructive to my nature. When somebody undermines the very essence of our struggle. As Blanche has said, there is a very small army out there, and this person is not part of it. After I heard this interview, I realized I've discarded Alex Jones anyway, but this person I was sort of listening to. And Blanche calls this person a passive aggressive. These are people that appear to be full of knowledge and understanding, but they undermine us. They undermine us. So what I'm saying as an artist, to the extent that you would actually listen to what I have to say, if you like my paintings, and you know what? If, for example, I was recognized for my work as being, oh, it's an Ackerman. You know how that works? It's like Warhol or Picasso or Dali or somebody that you say, oh, yeah. You haven't got a clue what the fuck a Dali means, or a Warhol or a Pollock or a de Kooning. Most people have no clue whatsoever. They just go with the sort of pablum that's fed, and you go into a museum and you look at the tag and it says Rembrandt, and you say, oh, it's a Rembrandt. Well, if it said Ackerman, because everybody has taken him in, I will not be taken in the system, because I reject the false equivalency, that which is projected onto the public to make them think of something as important which isn't important. I'm not accepted, but if the time comes, you would say, oh yeah, Ackerman made a painting. I don't give a shit what he says, he made a painting, he's important. Well, this is what we're struggling with. We're trying to get credibility in what it is that the message, the medium, I am the medium, Blanche is the medium, Busby is a brain on legs. And the brain on legs is going to divert all of us from what it is we need to understand. And the irony, the absolute outrageous irony in this, that the message, the words actually comply with the situation. But the underlying feeling is, oh yeah, well, you know, the Pacific Ocean is getting radiated and we're going to have this and this and this. This is not McLuhan. McLuhan understood this. He said the medium is the message. So what you need to listen to is the medium, not what the information is. First of all, we are visual. We are sensual beings. We work with smell. The ears. We taste. We are sensual beings. And the thought is the last part. The thought is the last part. Now the thought becomes that which develops into brilliance, beauty, art. All these things are contained in the thought, but we get there through the medium, which is you and I. So you listen to Blanche, you don't listen to Busby. This is what I've understood today. I almost trashed my computer. The medium is the message. The messenger is the message. Listen to your heart. Listen. Don't fall for the false brainiacs that are trying to undermine where we're going. We are in big bloody shit. We're in trouble. This is an extinction level event. I have said this, it's an extinction level event. Listen to my other videos on extinction level, I explain it. I felt this morning I was compelled to do this video, and this is the third attempt. And here it goes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you two people talking about Fukushima. And I am an artist, and I understand what it means. I appreciate when I go and see a tiepolo. I was standing at the Met, looking at, when you go up the stairs in the Met, the Metropolitan Museum, you go up the big... All right, I woke up this morning. Actually, I wake up during the night sometimes as well. In the middle of the night, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. What an interrupted sleep it used to be. Actually, it used to be that I think I was like connected. What's this Bolt guy who runs, who does this, you know, he connects steps. You don't go left, you don't go right, you go up the steps, and when you go into the first room, I recommend people go into the first room, and on the left side, as you go in the first room, up the steps, don't deviate, you're gonna see a Tiepolo arm, a hand. He painted a hand. And this hand looks like, it's a little bit greeny, gray looking. I think the colors have changed a little. But this hand, it's like something that could choke you. And if you don't feel like you could be to the ethers and gets his speed, he can run really fast. Well, I can run really fast in the middle of the night. I wake up, I have thoughts, I have ideas. And this really hit me. This really hit me. Last night I woke up and I gotta talk about this on a video. Now, all of those people who listen to me, I'm to the praying sign, I'm a painter. I'm a painter. I make paintings. I'm a painter who has discovered a way of painting that is so completely new, it has changed the way painting will look. They'll see it maybe in 50 years, 100 years, 20 years, 10 years, I don't know. Eventually people will get it. What I'm doing is an insight. I have understood something that has come to me over 40 years of working with this material. Anyway, that's not the point.